Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of The Proving Grounds. This is a very special episode, and it's dedicated to my very favorite person and number one fan, Strawberry Shortcake. I'm going to call her Strawberry Shortcake. Her name's Lila, and I want to dedicate this video to you, and I hope you all enjoy it. So let's get started. Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of The Proving Grounds. Today, we're going to look at a radio I ordered off Amazon. It was $35.99. It's called the All Hazards CR1009 PRO. It's a radio that I found intriguing because I like to do a lot of outdoor stuff. The world's a very uncertain place, and I found this to be interesting. So it's a emergency alert radio, but it has AM and FM, the NOAA weather channels, 7 of them preset. So it also has shortwave radio, which I found that to be interesting because I don't know a whole lot about radio, but I do know that shortwave is something that travels a long way and can be picked up even in other countries from here. So, you know, in situations where maybe the world's an uncertain place and uncertain things happen, it would be very useful to be able to hear, you know, what's going on that you don't know. Also, you know, the weather, it seems like ever more unpredictable, right? So, what was more interesting about this radio, I guess you could say, is that it has several different ways to get power to it. So, it's rechargeable with the USB-C. It also has a hand crank on it, that's what it says, and a solar panel. And it also can take regular AAA batteries. So that's pretty neat. And it also says that it can act as a power bank for phones, iPads, whatever that needs charged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, we're going to unbox it, and we're going to take a look at what the All Hazards NOAA Weather Alert radio can bring to you. It's a CR1009 PRO. So there's some on there that are cheaper than this. This one was $35.99. So there are others on Amazon that are cheaper. I mean, I've seen them all the way down to about $11. But I wanted to get, you know, we'll just get the Pro. So obviously here it comes with a charger. Just a black USB, standard USB plugs into it. Plugs into a standard American outlet. Alright, so here's a USB cord. Goes to a USB-C, which I'm assuming that's what's on this radio because it's not very large. So that's a pretty long cord. I'd say it's about 2 feet, 2-foot cord. And a small carabiner. The radio is pretty small, so I'm thinking that this probably hooks onto the radio and you can hook it to pack or to whatever you want to carry it with. Alright, so here's the radio. Here it is there. Back, front. So yeah, it has a light on the front, a flashlight, and on the top it has a pop-up reading light. And on the top of the reading light is the solar panel. Here's your antenna. Comes up. Right away I noticed that it's heavier than I thought it would be, and it's already on. It has 3/4 battery, 3 out of 4 bars of battery. So let's see if we can turn the light on. I guess I don't do that. Oh, so it does an SOS sound. All you gotta do is hit the SOS button. Okay. Oh, there's the flashlight. That's kind of bright. I mean, it's daylight and it seems to work. It's probably about 200 lumen, I'd say, by the look of it. It has two different power modes: bright, dim, or dimmer, and off. So that works. And okay, here's your button for the reading lamp. So if you're in your tent or whatnot and you want to do some reading, that seems to be able to work fine. Alright, so yeah, on the end here, there's a rubber, I guess you'd call it a plug that goes over the ports. It doesn't fit well, but I'm assuming so that might make it weatherproof. But you open it up and it does have a standard, I guess that would be like a AC port. It has a headphone port and a regular USB. So it does have a full-size USB, so it would have to come from a USB-C and plug into the radio with a full-size USB. So you could use a both-sided, full-size USB. Another thing, you can take this panel off on the bottom for what I'm looking at, and you can put in some different batteries or whatnot. Here you can take the panel off and you put 3 AAA batteries in there if that's what you decided to do instead of recharging it. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to turn the band. There's shortwave.
Showers and thunderstorms.
Oh no, that's a weather band.
Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 50%. This is the NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards. WXL 56
Pretty cool.
broadcasting from the WLOS tower on Mount Pisgah.
Okay, there's that. Now I guess we're on FM.
These promises are so beautiful, and every one of us should spend time meditating on what these words mean for us every day.
I'll turn it down.
Pastor Robert has incredible insight.
Okay, so it's like, it's not super clear radio. The speakers aren't great, but it is
Alright, so we're going to conclude our series on Psalm 23.
Bluetooth, and it is also connectable to headphones. So that's great. I like it. Alright, so there's your AM. Just put it on scan. See here, you can hit the up or down button and it will go up a little or down a little, but if you hold it, it'll scan. If you hold it until it starts to turn and then let off, it'll scan. Alright, so there's a church on 1350.
In the West, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, some sports radio. Not bad. Alright, so now we're going to go to shortwave. See, the only thing I can see on the shortwave that might be a problem is that, you know, shortwave has 2 numbers with 3 digits behind it. So you may be scanning for a very long time if you want to get to a channel that you want to get to, because the ranges are so far apart. Or you could just let it go until you heard what you wanted to hear. But yeah, it does have a shortwave option. Seems to be doing well with it. Seems to be alright even with the antenna down. So yeah, it does well. Now it says it has 3/4 battery. So let's take a look at this. We'll turn it off. We'll pull up the hand crank here. Ooh. So it's not really hard to crank. It's like reeling just a little tougher than reeling a fishing rod. So I think if you crank this for like 3 or 4 minutes, it'll probably give you just about, 4 or 5 minutes on the radio from what I understand. But yeah, so it cranks both ways, front and back. Yeah, that's actually not that hard to do. It would probably get tiring after a while, but if you had no other option, that would be very handy. The solar panel, one thing I do notice about it that I really enjoy is that when you flip it up, the solar panel here, it'll charge while it's down. or you can flip it up and face it towards wherever the sun is, and it will get a better angle on the sun. So overall, I kind of like it. I really think in an emergency situation, something like this would be great to have. You never know if you're going to have power. You never know if you're going to have anything. And if you had something like this, at least you know that you would have communication, or at least be able to receive communication over the radio. You have a flashlight. You'd have a reading lamp. And you'd have an SOS speaker. So overall, for $35.99, I'd say it's probably a 7.5 out of 10 proving ground score. I like it, and I think that everybody should have something like this in case of emergency. You know, emergencies do happen, and oftentimes they're made worse because we're not prepared. So, yeah, I'd have to say 7.5, maybe even 8 out of 10 proving ground score. And it's actually seems to be pretty durable. I mean, I'm squeezing it pretty hard. I mean, just really giving it hell, and it's got no problem with it. I think it's got an SOS beat strobe on the front light too. I just don't know how to turn it on. No, I don't know. But the light's pretty bright. I think it's pretty neat, and you can carry it by the strap, or you can put the carabiner on it. I think I'd probably just put it through something a little shorter than this strap, but you can hook it to your pack, hook it to wherever you want, or just store it in the closet and keep for rainy day. Yeah, 7.5, 8 out of 10 proving ground score. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video, but I really appreciate y'all watching, supporting, subscribing. This is a small veteran-run channel. We need all the help we can get. I'll go ahead and put the link to this product in the description so that you guys can go ahead and take a look at it and other things like it. Also, if you have any requests of things that you'd like to see in our videos, anything that you would like to see me review, any ideas you have, or if you have one of these, or if you know more about radio than I do, if you know about shortwave, if you know about radio, if you know about some other perks that other people need to see and use and know, bring it to the community. But yeah, like I said, we're a small veteran-run channel. We need your help. If you could subscribe, like, comment, and share, I would appreciate it very much. So until next time, thank you for coming and watching the Proving Grounds. And as always, treat each other with kindness, in love, and respect, and have a great day.